All right, so you're going to need to open Google Chrome. We are going to start your Google site, and your Google site is going to be your online portfolio. It's going to be a record of all of the work that you do in this class for the entire year. First, you'll need to make sure that you are logged into your school email so that you can see all of your apps, which come under these 9 little squares right here. If you come down here to Sites and click on it, it's going to take you to the Sites page. Now, I have sites that I've previously created or used, so they are here. However, yours is probably blank. If you've used them, you can keep them there. We're going to hit the Create button, and I want you to see that there is a blank template. There is a gallery. However, we're not going to choose from the gallery right now. We want to keep it blank. And later on, after we get things set up, you're going to be able to design your portfolio a little bit better. Okay? So we need to start by naming your site. And you need to name it your first and last name. And please capitalize the first letter of both your first and last name. Now, you'll see underneath it that where it says the site location. And notice that this is the base of it, and then this right here is what identifies it as yours. Okay? So this is your URL, what shows up here in the address bar. If you wanted to email it to somebody to say, hey, check out my work, you would copy all of that, including this piece. Okay? So blank template, your name, then you can hit create. Okay, now it has created it, and you can see that a blank template was created. Here is the name, okay, that's because that's what we named it, and there is the URL. We have our first page, which is always our home page, and we want to make some edits to this to start off. Notice up here you have some buttons. The pencil means that we're editing. This paper with the plus sign means that we're creating a new page. And then there's some more settings over here that you can worry about later. Okay? So let's start off by clicking on Edit. All right, so there's two parts to this. You have your title, which we are going to go ahead and call, oops, that was the wrong thing. We're going to say My Portfolio, and then the name of the class. Okay, so I'm actually going to put the name of the class between My and Portfolio. For periods 1, 3, 4, and 6, it should be My Intro to DDMP and Web Design Portfolio. If you're in periods 2 or 5, then it's just DDMP, which I would actually prefer you to say Digital Design and Media Production. That's what DDMP stands for, Portfolio. Okay? Then, since this is our home page is going to include some information about ourselves. Okay? Now, I'm going to have you guys take some time later to fill in this information, but I will go ahead and put a little bit, some highlights about what this is going to be. So you'll say About Me, and then you can hit Enter a couple of times, and you can say About My Class, and maybe goals for the future. Okay? So add those. And now if you look up at the top right, notice you have a Save and a Cancel button. Obviously, we want to save this at this point. However, let's say that you, in the future, made some changes and you decide, oh no, I can't keep those. Just hit Cancel and it would go back to your previous, whatever the previous page looked like. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Now it's out of edit mode. Okay? And the only way that you can make these changes stick is by hitting that Save button. All right, now we're going to go ahead and add all of our pages for what we do this year. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the create a page, and the first one is going to be introductory. And if I scroll down here, what we want to do is we want to put the page under my digital design and media production portfolio. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to hit create. Okay, now it automatically puts me in this page, and I'm going to go ahead and change that to introductory materials. And I know that in these is responsible use guidelines, copyright, and what was the third one? Oh yeah, photography. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and I need to go back and click on my digital design and media production portfolio. Okay, make sure you're back at the home page so that we can create another page. If you create a page under this, look what happens. It says put page under introductory material. We don't want that. Okay, so make sure you're back here, and now we can create another page. This is going to be called Photoshop because this is what we're going to go in as soon as we're done with photography. And I will check here, my digital design and media portfolio. The page goes under that. And I'm going to hit create. Okay, so you see where it is right here. I'll go ahead and save and go back to my digital design, where I'll create another page. This will be Flash. I'm going to put the page under my digital design and media production. Hit create. I'll hit save and go back to my home page. And you can see the process that this is taking. The next one is video. And it's going to put under my digital design and hit create. And I do want you to realize that, hit save, that if you mess up, it's easy for us to go in and delete something. And I'll show you how to delete a page after I get all of these in. Okay, back to my digital design and media production portfolio, create a page, InDesign. Oh, actually that's not what comes next. What comes next is web. Well, should I say web design? Yeah, we'll say web design because we're going to put both things that we create with HTML as well as with Dreamweaver here. Okay, so that's going to go under my digital design and media production. Hit create. And actually we can put in HTML websites and Dreamweaver websites, and then we can remember the two and we can put them there. Okay, hit save, go back to the home page, create. This one's going to be InDesign, and notice that it has 2 capital letters in this word. That's the name of the program. Okay, just like that. It's going to go under the portfolio page, hit create, and then hit save. Go back to the home page. Oops, I didn't actually mean to hit edit. Hit create page, Illustrator, put it under my digital design and media production, hit create, okay, and save. Go back to the home page, create, SketchUp. Okay, and notice that there's 2 capital letters in this one as well. Put the page under the portfolio. Hit create. Save. And then the last one is going to be coding. Oops, notice that I didn't go back to my home page. So I'm going to hit cancel, go back to my home page. Now I will do coding. Put under the portfolio and hit create. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and save that. And then I'm going to create a page just to show you how to delete it. Okay, so I'm just going to name it Delete Me. And it doesn't matter really where I put it. All right, so let's say that's there and we're like, oh, that really isn't what I want. Well, make sure you're on that page. You can come here to your More Actions and notice that you can do Delete Page and hit delete. Ta-da! Very easy. All right, now the reason we wanted all of these pages to go under the home page, look here. Do you see how it puts them here? So you have a navigation on the side as well as on the bottom. I'm going to show you here real quick how you can, or not how you can, but under More Actions, I want you to know that you can set up page settings, copy page, edit site layout, which we'll get to later, and sharing and permissions. Okay, so under here, we want to go to sharing and permissions. And this is very important because if you do not set this up, then you are going to wind up with your friends thinking it's funny that they can go in and change your portfolio. Okay, so click sharing and permissions. All right, so this is the link to share. And notice right here that it says who has access. SBISD, anyone at SBISD can find and edit. Well, do we really want anybody to be able to find this and edit it? Absolutely not. So we're going to hit change. Now, we do want more than just people on SBISD to be able to see it because you want to be able to give this to your parents or friends. So you want to click here and say anyone with the link and that no sign-in is required. Now, notice how access has changed. It says anyone can see it and only they can view it. They do not have access to edit it. Now hit the save button. Okay, and you should be good to go. You can go back to your name and the next step will be to upload files to this.